Capital One transfer limits. How much can you really move? Ever need to get some money to a friend in a flash, or maybe pay off a last-minute bill across town? That's where bank transfers come in, a super convenient way to send funds electronically. But what if you need to move a bigger chunk of change? Knowing your bank's transfer limits is crucial to avoid any roadblocks. So, if you're a Capital One customer and you've been wondering, hey, how much can I actually transfer in a day? Then this video is for you. We'll break down the nitty-gritty of Capital One's transfer limits, uncover some sneaky exceptions, and explore alternative options if you need to move serious money. Now, Capital One offers a few different transfer methods, each with its own limits. Let's dive into the most common ones. 1. Zelle. This popular person-to-person, P2P, service lets you send money directly to friends, family, or anyone with a U.S. bank account. It's crazy fast. Funds can appear in the recipient's account almost instantly. But there's a catch. There are limits on how much you can transfer. Capital One, unfortunately, doesn't publicly disclose their daily Zelle limit. However, several sources report it to be around $2,500 per day. This is a decent amount for everyday transfers, but if you need to move more, you might need to explore other options. 2. Wire transfers. For larger transactions, wire transfers are the way to go. These are electronic transfers that move money between banks, typically within one business day. Here's where Capital One shines. They offer some of the highest transfer limits around. Hold on to your hats. Capital One allows you to send up to a whopping $50,000 per day to any person, and a staggering $500,000 to title companies. That's some serious firepower for those big-ticket purchases. 3. Internal transfers. Need to move money between your own Capital One accounts? The good news is there are, practically, no limits. You can transfer any amount between your Capital One accounts with ease. Okay, so those are the headline numbers, but here are a few things to keep in mind. These are daily limits. If you don't use your full limit today, it won't roll over to tomorrow. Monthly limits might exist. While Capital One doesn't advertise any official monthly limits, it's always a good idea to check with your bank directly if you plan on making frequent large transfers. The receiving bank might have limits. Even if you can send a certain amount from Capital One, the other bank might have its own restrictions on incoming transfers. Beyond the limits, alternative options for big transfers. If you need to move even more money than Capital One's generous limits allow, a couple of alternatives exist. Cashier's checks. These act like guaranteed funds and can be made out to a specific person or business. Capital One allows you to purchase cashier's checks up to $2,500 per day at their ATM or in-branch kiosks. Third-party money transfer services. Companies like Wise or MoneyGram offer online money transfer services with potentially higher limits. However, their fees can be higher compared to traditional bank transfers. Remember, before making any large transfers, always consult your bank and double-check any limits or fees that might apply. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.